So the main event for UFC 319 is official, and I am overjoyed as we will be able to see Dricus du Plessis, the champion at middleweight, fight the boogeyman, the wolf himself, Khamzat Chimaev. Absolute cinema. Cinema. We're in for a treat. We're in for a treat. Oh, we're blessed. We're blessed with this one. I was worried Dricus was injured. Turns out he wasn't. I don't know where that rumor started. But yeah, let's just hope Khamzat shows up. You know, no disrespect to Khamzat and Khamzat fans, but let's hope he shows up. Let's hope no freak incident happens and he ends up busting a toe or something and he can't show up, you know? Because this would be a thrilling fight. And I made a prediction a while back, and I'll restate it here. Look, Khamzat Chimaev is a monster. He is super strong, super driven, just a scary guy, a scary night out for anybody, really. You know, even Dricus. And to watch him do what he did to Robert Whittaker was insane. Broke Robert Whittaker's jaw in three with a not fully in rear naked choke. And I know a lot of fans will be like, oh, he didn't really do it. Stop saying that. It's not like Khamzat's the Hulk or some shit like that. Stop, blah, blah, blah. Khamzat is that strong. He's scary. And that is only one of the many testaments towards the monster that Khamzat Chimaev is. It really is. It was an amazing finish. An amazing finish. And the epitome of what MMA and the UFC is about. Pure violence. You know? Organized violence. But yeah, absolutely scary dude. And, you know, rightfully the boogeyman at the middleweight division. Despite all this, I'm going to go with Dricus. I think Dricus is going to beat Khamzat Chimaev. And it's crazy to say, and I wouldn't be surprised if Khamzat is the favorite for this fight, given all he's done. But Dricus, is something about him, man. There's something about him. The guy his heart, his drive, his durability, his awkwardness on the feet. You know? Do I think Khamzat is going to have the edge when it comes to grappling? Yeah. I think Khamzat is going to be able to bring Dricus to the ground. I don't want to say with relative ease, but I'm not going to say it's going to be very difficult for Khamzat to bring Dricus to the ground, given the monster, the Herculean monster that Khamzat is. But I do think Dricus has enough strength and drive to get his ass back up every time. Every time Dricus gets taken down, I do see Dricus getting himself back together, getting to the cage and climbing right back up every time, not wasting a minute in getting back up to the feet after getting taken down. So Khamzat could get like 6-7 takedowns in this fight, but I expect Dricus to get right back up in less than 30 seconds for every 6 or 7 of them times. And then as soon as he gets back on the feet, he uses that awkward yet powerful version of striking to put Khamzat on the back foot and just piece Khamzat up, really. I even see Dricus dropping Khamzat maybe a couple of times in this fight. I do. I do even see Dricus maybe reversing a couple positions that Khamzat may have. You know, like a really crazy but athletic scramble that one might see in a competitive wrestling match. You know, in the highest ends of wrestling, like Olympics or NCAA championship, something like that, you know. Just really crazy, athletic, light-footed, you know, championship wrestling. Position reversals. I don't really see a lot of sprawling, but just like, again, a lot of scrambling and position reversals. That's what I really see from Dricus and Khamzat. But when it's all said and that was a really weird sequence right there. But yeah, when it is all said and done, and this fight makes it the full 5 rounds, which I think it will. I don't see a finish from either guy in this fight. I think it goes to full 5. As soon as this fight goes to full 5, I see Dricus coming out with a decision win. Unanimous as well. I see and I think it's going to be the significant strike percentage that does it. Khamzat has some decent power. I'd even say some good power on the feet. But I wouldn't say Khamzat's striking is world class. I really wouldn't. You know, yell at me if you want. I don't see Khamzat as a world class striker. I don't. His striking is decent. His power is there. He has knocked the guy out before, but I don't see it as world class. I don't really see Dricus as world class either. But what creates the disparity between the striking of both of these future legends is that Dricus's awkwardness gives his striking an edge, and an edge that we might see a lot in this fight. You know, I'm thinking like in every exchange, Dricus just uses that awkwardness to land an extra 2 punches. One of them may be dropping Khamzat a couple times throughout the fight. And I think it's that. I think it's that alone is going to be able to give Dricus enough of an edge to win the fight. And especially when he's gonna drop Khamzat, especially when Dricus drops Khamzat a couple times, like I say is going to happen. You know, we've seen it before. When you drop your opponent, that's a big advantage on the scorecards. When it comes down to the final decision, a drop, like an official drop, like having your opponent get stunned enough to drop to their knees or, you know, fully on the canvas, that's a big bump in points. That's a big bump in points. Okay? So yeah, I see DDP coming out with the win here. You know, I don't see him getting gassed from takedowns, or I don't see DDP getting, what's the word? I don't see him getting discouraged from Khamzat takedowns. I think, like I said, I think Dricus will be able to get right back up and continue to just pour on Khamzat on the feet with very awkward yet precise and powerful striking that will overwhelm Khamzat a couple of times in this fight, drop him. And, you know, a big aspect about this, or a big key to understanding this fight is also Khamzat's gas tank. You know, it's gonna come down to whether or not Khamzat has enough cardiovascular strength to be just as energetic and powerful in those later rounds, which I would bet he's not going to be. You know, if Dricus can survive that first to second round Khamzat storm and get up every time Khamzat takes him down, I'm sure Dricus is going to be able to tee off on Khamzat in rounds 4 and 5. And that only builds my confidence in Dricus being able to come out with a decision win. So, yeah, bottom line, give me Dricus via unanimous decision. I'm talking like 29-28, something like that, you know. Yeah, something like that. I'm talking maybe like a 2.1 point disparity win. So yeah, like a 29-28, 29-28, 29-28 across all 3 judges' scorecards for Dricus. So yeah, I think it's a crazy pick. I don't think a lot of people will choose Dricus to win. But I think Dricus will surprise those who have not chosen him to win in this fight. But it should be interesting, should be fun, and I look forward to seeing what really happens. Although I'm choosing Dricus to win, I am rooting for Khamzat. He's a cool guy. It would just be sick to see him do the same thing to Dricus that he did to Robert, and that would make him such a legend. But again, logistically speaking, looking at this from an objective standpoint as a MMA content creator that wants to, you know, give his viewers the absolute truth, I think Dricus will win this fight. And if I was putting money on this fight, I would put it on Dricus, despite me rooting for Khamzat. But yeah, time will tell. It's the fight game. Anything can happen. Let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notifications on. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next. Glove knowledge.